Hello, English learner. Welcome back to English Speaking and Listening Club. Today's topic is powerful, inspiring, and very close to the daily lives of millions of people. Reliance Jio, the Internet Revolution of India. In this session, you'll practice English while discovering how one company helped transform India from a country of expensive megabytes to a nation where cheap data, video calls, and online learning became normal. Asulis, villages, and cities of India slowly lighting up with 4G and now 5G signals. And people holding smartphones not as a luxury, but as a basic tool of life before Reliance Jio entered the scene. Mobile internet in India was like an expensive luxury item. Data packs were small, prices were high, and people were very careful about how much they used. Watching a few videos could almost finish your data for the month. Many families used the internet only for basic messaging, and even that with fear of the bill. The idea of streaming movies on the phone, taking online classes, joining live video sessions, or building a business on social media felt out of reach for a large part of the population. India had millions of mobile users, but true digital freedom was limited. Then came a bold vision from Mukesh Ambani and the Reliance Group to create a digital highway that every Indian could afford. Not just the rich or the urban elite. Reliance Jio spent years investing in a brand new 4G network. Instead of trying to push old 2G and 3G technology a little further, they were planning not for yesterday but for tomorrow. When Jio finally launched its services in 2016, it didn't enter quietly. It entered like a storm. The company announced free voice calls, extremely cheap data, and long welcome offers that allowed users to experience fast internet at almost no cost. People who had never streamed a video in their life suddenly found themselves watching movies and YouTube on their phones. The impact was immediate and dramatic. Data prices, which were earlier some of the highest in the world relative to income, dropped to some of the lowest. For many users, the daily cost of internet became lower than the price of a cup of tea or a bus fare. As a result, data consumption exploded. People began watching more videos, joining social media, and exploring apps they had never tried before. India rapidly became one of the top countries in the world in terms of mobile data usage. Internet moved from use only when needed to use all the time. The smartphone in the hand became a window to education, entertainment, news, business, and relationships. But the Reliance Jio story is not just about cheap data. It is about building an entire digital ecosystem. Along with its network, Jio introduced a range of apps for music, movies, news, and cloud storage, encouraging users to live more of their life online. The company also launched the Jio phone, an affordable 4G-enabled feature phone aimed at people who could not buy a smartphone. With voice commands and access to key apps, it brought first-time internet users, especially in rural areas and small towns, into the digital world. Suddenly, a farmer, a shopkeeper, a housewife, or a school student in a remote village could use high-speed data without fear of the bill. This internet revolution changed daily life in big and small ways. Students began preparing for exams with YouTube classes and online test series. Job seekers searched and applied for work through apps and websites. Small businesses started using digital payments, QR codes, and online catalogs. Families made video calls to loved ones working in other cities or overseas. Government services and schemes slowly became more accessible through online portals. During the COVID-19 pandemic, this digital foundation helped the country shift at least partly to online schooling. Work from home, telemedicine, and home delivery services. Without widespread, affordable internet, that shift would have been much harder, of course. Such a big disruption also shook the existing telecom industry. Before Geo, a few major operators controlled the market and earned good profits from data and calling plans. Geo's aggressive pricing forced them to cut tariffs sharply. Some companies merged, some reduced operations, and a few left the market altogether. It was painful for competitors, but for the ordinary user it meant lower bills and better speeds. This is one of the realities of disruption. When someone comes in with a bold, new model, the entire industry has to change or risk disappearing over time. Reliance Jio evolved into more than just a telecom operator. It became Jio Platforms, attracting investments from global technology giants and financial investors who believed in the long-term vision of a fully digital India. Jio expanded into home broadband, enterprise solutions, and then into 5G, promising even faster speeds and new possibilities like advanced automation, smart cities, and powerful digital tools for businesses and creators. The revolution that started with cheap for G. Data is now moving into an era where high-speed connectivity can support everything from online education and telehealth to advanced industry and innovation. Now, let's take the big lessons from Jio's journey and connect them to your own life. The first lesson is vision. Reliance Jio did not just aim to become another telecom company. It aimed to change how an entire nation connects, learns, and does business. In your life, you also need a clear vision, not just I want to learn English, but I want to use English to unlock better opportunities, connect with the world, and change my future. A strong vision gives power to your actions. You like your power to massive investments and decision. The second lesson is access. Before Jio, many people were blocked by cost. Once that barrier came down, creativity and ambition rushed in. In your case, you already have access to a huge ocean of knowledge through your phone and the internet. Tutorials, audiobooks, courses, talks, and communities are all within reach. The main question is no longer do I have access, but do I use my access wisely? If you choose to fill your daily data with learning, practice, and growth, your internet revolution becomes real. The third lesson is courage to disrupt. Jio knew its strategy would shake the market. It took courage to challenge the old pricing models and invest heavily in a new network. In your personal journey, disruption means changing old habits. Maybe you were used to saying, "My English is weak," or "I don't have time." When you decide to break those patterns, practicing every day, speaking even when you feel shy, turning free time into learning time, you are doing your own version of what Jio did to the telecom industry, breaking the old rules and writing new ones that serve your future. The fourth lesson is inclusivity. Jio's real power came from thinking about the ordinary Indian, the person in a small town, the daily wage worker, the student in a government school, the homemaker wanting to learn something new. It didn't only focus on elite customers. In the same way, don't think your dream is only for special people. Growth, confidence, and success are for everyone who is willing to learn and act. Your background, your city, your school, or your past mistakes do not limit your right to dream big. Now imagine turning this story into your YouTube video. Start with energy and emotion. Describe life before Jio, the high data prices, the limited internet. And then bring in the dramatic entry of cheap data, free calls, and for G for all. Paint pictures with words. Students watching online, classes in small villages, grandparents making video calls, shopkeepers scanning QR codes, creators uploading videos from tiny rooms. Show how an invisible network of towers and fiber cables has changed visible human lives, including people like your viewers. Here is your hook line to use powerfully in your video. 1. Network. 1 billion dreams. When the internet becomes truly affordable, a nation doesn't just get online. It wake up. Deliver this line slowly and with feeling so your audience really absorbs it. And here is your closing flow. Remind your viewers that just as Jio turned the internet from a luxury into a daily tool, they can turn learning from a burden into a daily habit. Tell them that their phone is not just for scrolling. It is a classroom, a stage, a library, and a business tool in their pocket. Encourage them to use it wisely, to learn, to practice English, to build skills, and to share their voice with the world. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Keep practicing, keep believing, and remember, just as Reliance Jio sparked an internet revolution in India, you can spark a personal revolution in your own life, one decision, one lesson, and one brave step at a time.